AC, Jejom's mother, carried him into a pan and headed to the marketplace to sell his son off. Jejom's mother wrapped a cloth tightly around his mouth to muffle his cries. The scene was as chilling as the cold, calculating look in her eyes. The little boy, not older than 5, squirmed beneath her grip. The air around them seemed heavy, with something unspeakable about to fold. Jejom's life was one of constant struggle, even though his name meant happiness. He was born into a broken home. His father, Kofi, was a drunkard who spent most of his time stumbling around the compound with a bottle of alcohol in his hand. His mother was no better. Even though she wasn't a chronic alcoholic, her neglect and bitterness made her destructive. Before AC's plan could take a shape, tragedy struck. Kofi, weakened by his chronic drinking, stumbled on the compound when no one was home. And by the time people came to his aid, it was too late. He had already passed on. AC didn't mourn her husband's death. If anything, she was relieved. Good radiance, she said, as her neighbors gathered to offer their condolences. Her plan to sell her son wasn't abandoned. The man had arrived one early morning to take Jejom away. The boy stood quietly beside his mother, clutching to her clothes. As the man reached out to grab him, Jejom acted on instinct and bit the man. The man howled in pain, releasing Jejom, who ran and clung to the neighbor's leg. Furious, AC shouted at the boy, but the man, now nursing his injured hand, had had enough. "This isn't worth the trouble," he muttered to himself, leaving the compound. AC's rage burned like a fire. She blamed everyone around her for her failed transaction, so the neighbors contributed money and bought Jejom from her. After which AC left the compound. She never returned and no one cared to find out where she had gone. Jejom, now free from her shadow, flourished. Years later, Jejom became a young man full of kindness and spirit, unbroken by his past. He used his experiences to fuel and create a life filled with purpose and hope. The lesson to be learned from this story is that even in the harshest of conditions, a seed could find a way to grow and thrive. Even when you are abandoned, at last, God knows why He brought you to this world. And you're going to find your purpose. Just keep moving.